it took me 42 years to really understand what is a hard decision. That's what I want to talk about in this video. But before I do that, I want to come back to the last video. I wasn't fully authentic and honest there, because when I said, like, I'm not doing it for the likes, I'm not doing it for the followers and subscribers, that's not really true. I caught myself there. Of course, I do want this to be a huge channel. This is going to be a huge channel. As my manifestation coach, Chris, who I will start working with next week, he would say, you manifest what you get. So if you don't care, you say, I don't want the big results, so you're not going to get them. So I caught myself there a little bit on manifesting the opposite of what I truly want. Yes, I want impact with this YouTube channel. I'm just not attached. That's the difference. I'm just not attached to the outcome. Okay? And that is the thing with manifestation also, is the more importance you give it. And there's a great book on this. It's called Reality Transurfing. It's there in my cabinet, my bookshelf. The more importance you give to certain outcomes, the least likely you are to get them. Now, that's probably a whole YouTube channel on its own to talk about reality transurfing. But one thing I've been developing, thankfully, has been developed within me, because I don't think I earn a lot of credit there that I did that myself. It was more an energy that went through me, is heart-based decisions, okay? Because we are conditioned that we have to, like for example, we have to make a list of pluses and minuses. That's a mental thing, okay? Or the decision that, like, it doesn't make sense. We usually say this, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't sound like common sense. That's also mental. That's also a mind decision, okay? And the more mind decisions we take, the more we're neglecting the heart. But science has proven already that there's a heart-mind connection, right? Like, the heart is a electromagnetic field producing organ that is wildly misunderstood, and we are only at the beginning of understanding, re-understanding, and remembering what the power of the heart is. Ancient wisdom out there, Ayurvedism, anything is always centered around the chakras, right? The heart, the centers, and the heart is one of the biggest ones. Numerology, the middle of the birth chart, number 5. It's the heart. It's the heart energy. But we're somehow deprived of this wisdom in this Western technocracy that we're living in. But the heart knows everything. The heart doesn't know. The heart doesn't communicate. It doesn't talk. It knows and it feels. That's such a great analogy of what the heart does. So heart-based decisions, right? Now, what is that? And what decision did I take very recently that is totally non-common sense and goes totally contrary to anything what my mind would tell me, but makes me feel really in tune with what I do right now, okay? And that is, so my business, I run this multiple six-figure coaching business that I've built over the last 6 years. And, I work with high-ticket entrepreneurs who are running multi-million dollar businesses. And I coach and I help them in a very intensive program. And, that went for years only up. It was only up all the time. Until this year, where I had the first 6 months very much challenges in private life. And it kind of distracted me. It kind of, without I was aware, I was telling myself, I'm not as sharp as I used to be. I'm not as sharp as I used to be. And so I was manifesting this reality for myself. And what happened is that I became misaligned with a few clients. And that's never happened before in the 6, 7 years that I'm doing this. And so we agreed with the clients that we would actually pause or even stop working together. And for the first time in my business, or it's probably the second time in my business, I have the first month. So I had like one time, 2 months without clients 3 years ago, and now it's the second time that I'm in for the first time without clients. I'm not at all like worried about it or something, but normally what would the mind do, right? Here's what my mind told me to do, and that is you should have. This is a great trick of the mind, of the ego. You should have done more outreach. You should have done more networking. You should have developed any lead magnet or whatever funnel, because then you wouldn't be in the place where you are right now and you would still have clients. Yeah? Well, it's not that it doesn't make sense. Yeah, there's some of that. Probably that would have given me more clients. Probably, because we don't know, right? If it would be really so. The likelihood might increase, but it's not guaranteed. But that would be very much a mental decision, yeah? But learning to decide from the heart, it told me something else. My heart told me something else, and it said, no, do not right now go and mentally hustle for more clients, because it's not going to bring you any good. It might bring you clients, but who says that it's clients that are aligned with me as a person, with what I do, right? It's not just about attracting clients. It's about attracting success. It's about attracting great partnerships. It's about attracting a situation that is fulfilling for both sides. And so I felt this heart saying to me, don't hustle, don't hustle, don't hustle. And how does that feel then? Well, if you close your eyes and you tell yourself something that you know is true, okay? So you tell yourself, I don't know, I really love my wife. Close your eyes. I really love my wife. You can feel an expanding energy in your heart area, okay? There's an expanding energy. And my coach Andreas, who's a Lithuanian hypno coach, strengthened this in me for the last year or so. But there's also falsehood. There's truth and there's falsehood. There's no maybes in the universe. It's truth or it's falsehood. Okay? So if you would say something which is falsehood, you close your eyes and you say or state something which you know not to be true, you're going to feel as if it's an energy that sort of presses you down here on the chest area. It kind of presses you down. Okay? That's a closed heart energy. So that's how the heart communicates. It either opens up, it feels light in the chest area, almost as if your one next breath gets naturally a little bit deeper than what you're used to. It's a little bit how it feels like that. It's not a breath thing at all, but it gives this same feeling of it. And the closed energy is like as if there's a little weight just pushing from the top down your chest area. So when you're starting to take decisions, like I'm now going to hustle for more clients, and you feel closed energy, it's your soul, your higher self, your heart, knowing that this is not the right decision for you at the moment. Okay? It's not saying that it's never going to be the right decision. At the moment, it's not the right decision. And so I set myself the intention to, and it was like mid of September, to just allow things to pop up in life. Okay? I just allow myself to let new things happen in life. And what happened? Well, I bumped into my future manifestation coach. I will start working with him next week. I'm super excited about that. Chris, you should follow him. It's going to be under the video here. I'll post a link there. And then a long-term client of mine with whom I've been working only once per month as a sort of board advisor, yesterday or 2 days ago, we were sitting in the office together because I said, you know what, next week I will come a few hours per week, per day to your office because I'm without clients right now and I know you have, some challenges. Maybe there's something we can do together to work on them. So I come to the office. It's like 9 in the morning. And at 9:15, we made a handshake for a 2-month-long collaboration. Well, I will be like an acting COO in a way of speaking. I will focus on operations. I will focus a bit on business development. And I will just make sure that they are ready and set for 2026 to make that a great year of growth. In 15 minutes, we made the agreement. And why I was able to make that decision, which sensically, mentally, does not make sense at all, because the amount I'm getting for half-time work compared to clients I've been working with for the past few years, it would not make sense at all to do that. It's like, it would be like a huge degrading thing. But it felt very, very good here. When I closed my eyes and I asked myself if this is the decision I should take right now, I just felt bliss, a feeling of bliss coming up. Like, that is the right decision right now. This is what is supposed to happen right now that will either unlock something new or give me a level of energy that I need to start a new chapter in my business. Whatever it is, I don't know. I just know, because my heart communicated it to me, that something in this 2 months is going to be unlocked for me that is necessary to progress on my lifeline or shift to new lifelines, if you will. And that is where this hard decision came from. And that is our heart is like such a tremendously powerful advisor that sits in our body 24/7, right? But we learn to neglect the feeling of the heart. We take decisions knowing that our whole nerve system is saying no, and we still take the decision, knowing that we're not taking the right decision. And I did that for a long time, and I'm still making wrong decisions. It's also part of life and learning. There's no life in making only the right decisions. This doesn't exist. But with listening to our heart, we will increase the likelihood that we take decisions that might not give us right off the bat the biggest paycheck, but it gives us something else. It gives us alignment with our soul. It gives us energy. It gives us fulfillment. And with that, that has always been the best ingredients to build great stuff. And I need to get used to putting this mic closer to my mouth. But this is the second pancake, so I'm fine with not being perfect. It's okay. Anyways, that was video number 2, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.